We spoke to the family off camera. They tell us they do not believe that 17-year-old Raymond Berryman was involved in a burglary. They tell us he was a good kid. He was sleeping when he heard awful screams. When he came outside, he saw the woman pushing a little boy's face into what was a puddle. We talked to police on scene, and they tell us that witnesses tell them they didn't see either of the vehicles speeding. Sergeant Alan Full with the Phoenix Police Department joining us. You've been out here all night. There are reports that the suspect may have been using an AK-47. The move-over law was put into place in late 2005 to protect law enforcement officers and emergency responders assisting the public. We also heard the two people inside the car arguing as they fled. They tell us they saw them heading towards that preserve. The suspect approached crews as they were trying to put this blaze out with a lighter in hand. These two items were found in the parking lot. The crowd out here says that if they are pulled over, they will not comply. They tell us they will continue fighting until there is no more SB 1070. That witness and his wife had just moved into this home about a month ago, and Roger Threlger's wife had gone to the store. He was sleeping when he heard awful screams. When he came outside, he saw the woman pushing a little boy's face into what was a puddle right here. When he told her to stop, she walked a few feet this way and did the same thing in that puddle.
That puddle was about, I don't know, 6 inches deep, and then this one was maybe 8 once it was all full. It was maybe 6 inches deep. So it wasn't taking much, though.
Roger Threlkill thought he was dreaming when he walked out into his front yard Friday.
He was kind of playing with them like he was in an airplane, it seemed like, for a second. And then she was putting him underwater.
It was 12:30 in the afternoon. The rain was falling. He says a woman was drowning a little boy in his driveway.
He was shivering. He was really cold, like he was, shaking uncontrollably.
Threlkill called 911. 30-year-old Victoria Solis was taken into custody. According to the police report, Solis was eventually taken to a hospital where she told doctors she had been using meth to self-medicate her schizophrenia, that Jesus told her to drown her son.
She was hanging outside of the car. She was sitting in the car with her feet at the door, and she was handcuffed.
Deidre Threlkill says neither she nor her husband had ever seen Solis before. Neighbors didn't recognize her either.
My daughter said that down here at the corner across from 80th, they just moved in. So it was possible that she lived there.
Images of the little boy remain on Roger's mind. He only hopes both he and Mom will recover.
I think anybody would have done what I would have done and just, put an end to it.
And Threlkill tells us when he approached the woman the second time when she was at this puddle, she stopped, that the little boy ran behind him. He tells us he was only wearing a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, and a little pair of socks. According to the police report, the mom told police that she had suffered from schizophrenia from a very young age. And get this, Roger tells us that he almost went to the store with his wife, but they couldn't find the car keys, so he stayed here. And he fears that had he not been here, the outcome may have been much worse. Reporting live in Mesa, Anita Roman, Fox 10 News.
We'll add you to my list of friends. Hang in there, kiddo.
Angelica Aguilera is only 9 years old.
Jersey Channel Islands, you are in my thoughts.
But her friends, the people who like her, span the globe.
Prayers from Texas.
Perfect strangers who were praying for her recovery.
They said I had a mass, and then they did a biopsy, and they seen that it was a solid tumor and they could get it out.
Dad, Atari Aguilera, says it started with stomach pains and a visit to the ER.
They said what it does is it multiplies, so, once it got going, it just got bigger and bigger.
The next day, March 17th, doctors at Phoenix Children's Hospital removed this 2-pound tumor from Angelica's ovary, a form of cancer called dysgerminoma that affects about 5% of kids.
Hello, Facebook. Friends and family, I have a small favor to ask.
It was around that time that Aguilera's cousin, David Cornejo, posted Angelica's story on Facebook, a plea for prayers.
My mom went to visit her and just said, hang in there, Angelica. People are praying for you.
Angelica has to endure 6 rounds of chemotherapy. All of the treatment has to be administered here at Phoenix Children's Hospital. She just completed round 2 and will be back in 3 weeks for round 3.
I think that I'm very brave and that I'm gonna kick this thing's butt.
To date, Angelica has nearly 500,000 likes and over 250,000 comments.
Lots of love and good wishes from Olympia.
Prayers, she says, are helping her heal.
Thank you, and please continue praying.
17-year-old Raymond Berryman's family does not believe he was involved in a burglary yesterday. They tell us that he joined the ROTC a year ago to avoid trouble like that. They're struggling to understand, to comprehend what happened here. They built this memorial to help them heal.
It was in the morning when I was getting ready for work.
Michelle Berryman laid her brother's jacket, his beloved rosary necklace, on the sidewalk where the 17-year-old took his last breath.
He was in his JROTC uniform. He was listening to his headphones.
A junior at Tolleson High School, a member of the ROTC, Berryman says her brother Raymond took pride in the fact that he was turning his life around. Yesterday, Raymond Berryman died in his uniform.
He always wanted to help people. He always wanted to do better. He was ambitious. I just can't believe what happened.
Berryman's girlfriend, Brenda Saldana, his other siblings, cousins, and friends in disbelief over the events that have unfolded. Police say a 15-year-old girl pointed a gun at Raymond, a gun they say the two stole from a neighbor with a third teen. Thinking she cleared the weapon, she pulled the trigger. Her mother also devastated.
I can't take back what happened. And I know Raymond's family is hurting. And I want them to know that we're hurting with them because we love Raymond too.
He'd always love to draw. He'd be upstairs listening to his instrumentals, rapping.
An aspiring rapper, Raymond is most remembered for his kindness and sense of humor. A young man his family strongly believes was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
My brother knows better than to disrespect his ROTC uniform. He knows better than that. My brother, he knows right from wrong.